You would have to be a very brave person to accuse DJI of not being innovative, and once again they have absolutely nailed it when it comes to the DJI FLY app 1.4.2 in relation to the DJI Air 2S. Whilst you might be quite annoyed that DJI have taken away the option to charge iOS devices with this latest app update, there is absolutely no denying that DJI have absolutely hit the nail on the head with the update that's relating to the DJI Air 2S. One little thing about DJI that really annoys me is their release notes. They basically give absolutely no information pretty much on what bugs and improvements or fixes that they are ever really giving us. Up until I noticed today on the DJI Air 2S a new absolutely amazing graphic on the DJI FLY app relating to these upward sensors. As you can see in the graphic on screen, you now get a readout in terms of distance between the vertical limits of any obstacles between that obstacle and the drone. Now, it was quite difficult to try and go out and fly and actually demonstrate this, so I've actually just flown it indoors, and it really works well to demonstrate exactly what is going on. So yeah, basically this is a new feature on this drone, and again, DJI are just so innovative. So as you can see, we are now hovering and you can see that distance on the top of the screen. That is showing our distance from the top sensors away from the nearest obstacle. If I start to fly upwards, you will see that obstacle distance actually decreasing. Now, obviously this is because there is an obstacle from the ceiling of the room that I am in. Now, I think this is an absolutely great piece of kit and great tool. And if you wasn't aware of it already, this is a surefire way to make sure that you should update the DJI FLY app. I understand many of you might have a few reservations on updating given the lack of charging for iOS devices, but honestly, if you are an Air 2S owner, that is absolutely a fantastic, useful tool. That graphic would have done a really good job when I was doing my active track test and I was flying this drone outside of a wooded area and allowing it to fly itself. That would have become so much useful. And of course, if you are flying in an enclosed space, or especially indoors, or if you're just generally trying to get close to an object, that graphic might be completely invaluable. What I'd like to see now, DJI, if you are watching this and listening, probably not, but you never know, can we please have the same graphic for the rear sensor? Because that would just make so much more of a difference as well. Obviously, I'm not quite sure how they'd incorporate that with the front sensor, with the top sensor, because it's certainly measuring the vertical avoidance rather than the front avoidance. That's quite clear. But yeah, something on the rear would be absolutely nice, DJI. But overall, I think this feature is absolutely brilliant. I cannot wait to get out and test this feature in the real world when it is not absolutely throwing it down with rain. Something that is also new is now in camera view, you get a representation of the colour profiles which are built into the DJI Air 2S. So using the little plant on my desk, you can now see if we switch between normal and then D-LOG and then HLG, you now get a representative example of the colour profiles on the DJI Air 2S. That's another really nice feature, so you can accurately see what you are shooting is what is going to go on the memory card. So hopefully you found this little video useful, and yeah, that is a new graphic for the DJI Air 2S as part of the DJI FLY 1.4.2 update. What do you think? Do you think it's useful or just an unnecessary piece of information? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching and see you again soon.